Exploration is probably one of the most exhilarating, heart-pounding, blood-rushing, depression-inducing things that you can do in EVE Online. If you like the thought of flying all over the galaxy in search of vaults full of millions and millions of ISK, or if you enjoy the rush of outplaying a fleet of gate-camping pirates, then this is the guide for you. My name is Juds, and this is a Dummies guide to exploration in EVE Online. I'm going to break this guide down into 5 sections. What is exploration? How to start exploration, different sites, ships and modules, and profit. I'm going to jump right in and ask, what is exploration? Exploration usually involves, but is not limited to, the act of travelling around the universe in search of relic and data sites, ghost sites, gas sites, wormholes, or encounters. Usually, you'll set out on your adventure for long periods of time. I often leave a station with a trusty probe scanner and won't dock up again for another 3 to 4 hours. Exploration can be highly profitable, and there are a lot of different avenues to making ISK, which we'll talk about shortly. Of course, high reward comes with high risk. If you're exploring the depths of nullsec, you run the risk of gate camps, other capsuleers tracking you down, or even deadly exploding sites. You will likely undock knowing what it is you're setting out to do. Whether you're huffing gas clouds or running relic sites, your ship should be fit to achieve your goal. I'll move on to ship choices and modules in a little more detail in a moment, but to briefly touch on modules, there is no module more important than the probe launcher. Probe launchers require core scanner probes in order to be used. To use the module requires 8 scanner probes. I normally bring a spare set just in case I forget to recall them during a heated moment. The probe launcher enables you to launch probes into a system and use them to scan down anomalies. To do this, undock and open the probe scanner by clicking here, or pressing Alt-P. Hopefully you'll see a short list of cosmic signatures. If you don't, move to another system and try again. Click the Launch Pinpoint Formation button. I almost exclusively use this formation as it allows greater accuracy. Now click the signature that you want to track down and move your probes to be roughly over the area shown. Now, click Analyze. You should notice the suggested area moves and hopefully shrinks. Skills like astrometric pinpointing will make this easier if you notice the scanned location keeps moving. Next, reduce your probe size. Move the probes and once again, click Analyze. Keep repeating this until you reach 100% scanned and you can warp to the site. Congratulations, you've just scanned down your first site.
Nice.
Now that you know how to scan down cosmic anomalies, which sites do we want to warp to? You will often come across combat sites. These sites are designed for combat ships. You'll have to destroy waves of enemies, and some sites even have a chance of escalating, giving you the chance to track down a special site which often contains enhanced loot. Relic and data sites require a relic or data analyzer module on your ship. You will see a series of cans that when scanned will allow you to play a hacking minigame. The idea is to find the core and beat it. The numbers you see on each node tell you how close you are to a power-up or firewall. Upgrading your skills and modules can make this minigame significantly easier. Wormholes are a huge topic, but in short, wormholes are full of sites that contain tough rats or difficult relic and data sites. There are different categories of wormhole ranging from C1 to C6, C6 often utilising capital ships to run their combat sites. Gas sites can be found in lowsec, nullsec and wormholes, and these act in the same way as mining minerals, but are a little more difficult to get to. Covert research facilities, also known as ghost sites, are almost identical to the relic and data sites, however these sites come with a risk. The containers will detonate after a certain amount of time, forcing you to decide if you want to try and get all the loot out, or if you want to cut your losses and get out of there. Whilst PvP may not be officially considered exploration, there's nothing stopping you from tracking down others doing exploration or ratting and ruining their day. Let's take a quick look at ships and modules. Starting with the ships. The most common ships used for exploration will either be a frigate or a cruiser, though there are some exceptions to this rule. If you're looking to run relic or data sites, then you will most likely want a frigate. Each of the racial frigates are largely the same in role and skill bonuses. The good news is that this means you can pretty much pick the one you like the look of the most. The T1 frigates give you a bonus to scan strength and relic and data analyzer strength, whilst the T2 variants give you scan strength, scan speed, relic and data analyzer strength, reduction in scanner probe deviation, and warp drive capacitor usage. In addition to the above, the T2 frigates are able to fit a covert ops cloaking device. This will literally allow you to stealth whilst you warp from system to system. Much safer when roaming lowsec, nullsec, and even wormholes. In addition to T1 and T2 frigates, you also get the Astero. It's kind of the premium do-it-all exploration ship. If you have some ISK to spare and like the idea of ruining another explorer's day, then the Astero is the choice for you. Next, we have the cruisers. Whilst you can fit any cruiser to do some degree of exploration, I'm going to specifically talk about the Stratios, Covert Recon Cruisers and T3 Cruisers, as all of these have exploration related bonuses. I'll start with the T3s as these are some of the most common exploration cruisers in New Eden. The Tech 3 cruisers allow you to design your ship using different modules to fit your playstyle. When doing exploration, most will use the exploration module as it enables the use of the Covert Ops cloak and provides scanning bonuses. Tech 3 cruisers will allow you to do most things. You can run relic and data sites or combat sites, get stuck into PvP, and even fit the ship to become immune to interdiction bubbles, allowing relatively safe passage around nullsec. Each race has similar modules for their ships, so it may be worth taking a look at each module and designing your own. In a similar plane, we have the Stratios. The Stratios is the middle child in the Sisters of Eve line. It's essentially a bigger version of the Astero. Great for scanning, great for PvP, 10 out of 10 would recommend this ship. Last in the cruiser line is the Covert Recon Cruisers. These are kind of a niche ship, but they're great for tracking down ships and engaging in PvP. You can also fit a Covert Sino to these ships, allowing Black Ops battleships to bridge others to your location. In terms of modules, you'll always need a probe launcher. The core launcher allows the scanning of cosmic anomalies, and the expanded launcher allows you to scan down ships as well. You will need a relic or data analyzer if running relic or data sites. And it also doesn't hurt to have a cargo scanner, so you can determine if the site you're running is worth your time. Finally, bring a cloak. If you're using a T1 ship, you can still launch probes and put your cloak on. This will keep you safe in low-sec, null-sec or wormholes. For T2 ships, you can actually continue to warp whilst cloaking if you're using a Covert Ops cloak. Fittings for combat sites will vary depending on the region you're in, so you may need to do some googling on this topic. Time for our last point, and probably your most burning question: what kind of ISK can you make from exploration? Well, I have good news and bad news for you. The bad news is, I can't give you an exact answer to this, as there are so many factors that can affect what you earn per hour. The good news, however, is on a good day, you can earn a lot. On average, I earn about 50 to 100 million an hour through relic and data sites. But if I get a little lucky, it can be more. And sometimes, if I get real lucky, I manage to get the jump on someone else exploring and loot everything that they have spent the last hour collecting. Then suddenly, I come home a much happier man than I was an hour ago. This has been a bit of a beginner's guide for exploration. I hope you learned a thing or two. Let me know what other beginner guides you'd like to see. Remember to subscribe, or I'll hot drop your rattlesnake.